Alrighty guys, welcome back. It's your boy EQ. And up next we have DJ Akademiks speaking on Young Thug choosing to support Drake. When he got asked about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef during his recent interview, Ak said that Thug could have pulled a Yachty but didn't. But Young Thug obviously played it safe because the last thing he wants is any type of smoke with Kendrick Lamar, and that was obviously plain to see. It was pretty much safe to assume that that's how Young Thug would feel, especially after Drake flew to him to personally hand him $1 million after he got released. Because Drake can't afford to lose any allies the way this past year has gone. Almost like the kid that has to bribe the other kids with the newest game system and fruit snacks to hang out. And honestly, Thug saying that doesn't really change anything for anyone. And at the end of the day, Thug is also a fan of Kendrick Lamar. I mean, he's even gone on to defend him when French Montana was throwing shots, to which Thug said French has nowhere near the amount of hits that Kendrick Lamar does. So enough dilly-dallying, let's jump right to the video, where we have DJ Akademiks speaking on Young Thug choosing to support Drake when he got asked about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef during a recent interview, saying Thug could have pulled a Yachty but didn't. And Thug right now is looking to catch a hit by any means necessary, especially with many people thinking that he's been distancing himself from Gunna, even though he did confirm that even he doesn't know where their relationship stands at the moment. And honestly, I feel like a lot of it is due to like how Young Thug feels, because the subliminals have not been on short supply. Well, Gunna obviously does want to put all this stuff in the past. And Gunna definitely came out swinging with like Fuck You Mean having the monster impact that it had, but that's definitely cooled off with this past album.
You know?
Yeah, for most of it.
Which I don't know if you have like a side in that. Atlanta kind of even got dragged in by Kendrick, which was interesting.
Yeah. He just like spoke on people's name in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was about. But I'm like a Drake fan.
This is almost like a scene from Atlanta due to the masks and stuff, but this definitely looks like and feels like an SNL skit.
Do you feel like it's like
Donald Glover's about to pop out the side?
Oh, wait, that was like a. You know, one thing I like about Thug, and maybe this is why he has this demeanor towards Gunna, and maybe that's why he probably is, you know, moving the way he is and expects people around him to move like that, is that he don't like fencing.
I don't think what Young Thug just said proves that at all. No, he just said he doesn't know what that's about. Doesn't necessarily mean that, hey man, I want either one to win. But obviously Drake has shown financial support, so I don't expect him to say anything negative towards him. But this is just another example that Akademiks will take the littlest inkling and turn it into something that really never was. Because to think that he's defending Drake by saying what he just said is obviously him just trying to spin the situation.
He doesn't like fencing, and I like that about him.
He feels a way about Gunna, though.
There, right? You know, he's two great artists. I don't really get into rap beefs and stuff.
Heck, he did play it political.
Yeah, I'm a Drake fan. I don't know why that nigga spoke on shit. Like, he doesn't have to go hard on Kendrick. But the reality is, Young Thug clearly is letting the message be known. Whatever Kendrick said about he ran to Atlanta to get a check balance and all that type of shit, shut your pussy ass up. That's basically what he's trying.
Your narrative spinning is literally getting worse by the day, dude. Young Thug literally said that he has no idea what that's all about, which could be classified by some as sitting on the fence, like the fencing he just described.
And I like the fact that he's not fence-sitting because, you know, I ain't gonna cap with you. Yachty, my mans. Yachty was fencing a little bit early on when he was asked. When he was asked about the whole thing at first, where was it? It was here.
Well, I think it's over.
facts?
I think it ended.
Okay.
How's that fencing when you're literally just stating the facts? At a certain point, if you're just omitting the obvious and acting as if you didn't see the very events that unfolded, is honestly just utter delusion. If my favorite team gets blown out by like 30 points, I can't spin that into some type of W. The facts are the facts, and literally everyone that's not Akademiks and the OVO army can all agree to that.
It was basically, where's the clip? I think it might be.
Yachty has always portrayed himself as the person that will say what's on his mind, even if he thinks people aren't going to agree. Obviously, I haven't agreed with everything the dude has said, but you can tell that he is speaking what's honestly on his mind, whether it's right or wrong.
This one, sorry.
To be fair, Drake was deemed a loser in this battle before it started because people don't like him. And
obviously people were going to be leaning in a direction, but it's not like Drake really gave him anything to latch onto. Kendrick put out the better records and the culture definitely agreed. And while that was obviously very detrimental and definitely left a stain on Drake's legacy, I feel like the biggest hit to his reputation and his legacy was at his very own hands post-beef. But I definitely agree that a lot of people already wanted him to lose from the jump.
I think that even if opinionated masses would say that,
it was about like his comments on like Kendrick.
Yeah. Your take is just erroneous, Ak.
I think people just hate on Drake because
rap music in general is in a good place.
Whatever.
The dude is arguing a point and can't even find the evidence that he's referring to.
Let me try to find the clip. Yachty.
At this point, you have to, dog.
And it was basically like, it was very like political. Oh, right here.
so
Right here.
Same interview.
so many people kept like,
And by the way, this is the same question I asked to Thug. You know what Thug says? Yo, I'm a Drake fan. I don't know why that guy spoke on people's names in Atlanta.
But that's not like he's going out and defending Drake. The dude just said he's a Drake fan. Obviously, he values that relationship. But again, if you want to call that defending, he has defended Kendrick Lamar even more, and it didn't take $1 million to do it.
Okay? He's clearly making it known, yo, we fuck with Drake. Okay? You don't got to get into the battle, don't got to get into the beef, but that's my guy. Drake's my guy. Yachty played it real political. And I love Yachty, but he did.
calling me and texting me and like with excitement of like my name being used, and for me it kind of just felt like fuck. You know, I really didn't want anything to do with it.
Fam, nobody wanted any parts of Drake during this beef. The way he was moving was horrendous, and everyone could see that. Even the people closest to Drake, like a Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty obviously just wasn't willing to just be a yes man. So I just think, honestly, he was just calling this straight. It's crazy how you can't just be objective anymore, but it's no surprise that it would be academics to think that way.
I don't know. I again, I got a ton of respect for both of these guys. You know, to be honest, I knew that my name was mentioned before it came out. I didn't hear the record, but I had got word that I was mentioned.
You knew that was coming.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised. It wasn't a surprise that I knew. So many people kept like calling me.
Okay,
How hard was that?
This wasn't a clip.
People just hate.
It wasn't a clip.
Akademiks has literally gone through like 10 clips that just prove his take wrong.
I remember the clip though. Like he was just like, yo, both artists are great artists.
Like a
whatever.
drunk fever dream.
And I remember just saying, yo, bro, you need somebody to say, man, fuck Kendrick, man.
The song
Yo,
that everyone hates.
because everybody like
He's got you for that, Ak, right?
on Kendrick's side,
Even
none of
though
them
I know
say,
you
oh,
don't really
Drake's a great
believe
artist. They just say, yo.
To be honest, I knew that my name was mentioned before it came out.
Following a protracted and feud between his good friend.
Okay, anyway. Yeah, he didn't really say anything. Let's get back to the thing.
He just come to the conclusion just now that, yeah, maybe Yachty didn't say that.
I guess all I'm saying is that
yes.
I respect Doug for like actually having a POV and a side and be like, yo.
He just say he's a fan, Ak.
He should. What he's saying about Drake, he should say about Drake. Why? You were incarcerated. Drake gave you 2 features. He shot the video by himself. He was rocking with you. You know, again, you don't got to say fuck Kendrick, but like, I ain't gonna lie to you. One of the things that,
Yachty didn't say that either, though. I think he's seeing how much this take is missing in real time.
Won't say it determined the battle, but it was an indictment on all the friendships I think Drake has, is that the people who
they're not really friendships, are they?
None of them stood up to say, yo, whatever that battle is whatever the battle is, but that's my guy. He ain't no weirdo. He ain't no PDF. And to be honest with you, he's only helped us.
If no one has come out to defend him or say anything on his behalf, it's really telling on how they actually feel about Drake. For a lot of people, if you're not useful, you're useless. And maybe that's where their relationship stands with him right now. It's not like this guy has a stellar reputation with his relationships. I mean, if what happened to Lil Wayne could happen to Lil Wayne, then obviously no one is off limits for Drake. So is it really that much of a surprise that no one has defended the dude?
A lot of people just kept quiet. So I kind of fuck with Thug for saying this.
For most of it.
Which I don't know if you have like
happy that he just said
side
he's a
in
fan.
that. Atlanta kind of even got dragged in by Kendrick, which was interesting.
Yeah. He just like spoke on people's name in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was about. But I'm like a Drake fan.
Do you feel
Even that, he says it with a little bit of hesitation.
like it's like rap music in general is in a good place?
Yes. I think the numbers could be better, but yeah.
Oh, you mean like people could be selling more?
Yeah. I seen something about like the percentage in hip hop has like went down.
Oh, really?
I seen something like that when I was locked up. So
do you have a theory about why?
Well, country definitely had a monster wave last year, but that still doesn't mean that hip hop doesn't have a huge percentage of the market, which it obviously does.
I think a lot of people like rapping about the same thing.
True.
And nobody's bringing like something that you can actually watch. You can enjoy the music and like enjoy the things that they do, but like we used to like make movies, you know? I think now it's just like quick.
Yep.
You got to get back to like movies. Like got to get
Microwave music and microwavable content. There used to be a time where if you sounded like someone else, you would get ridiculed for it. You'd be biting their flow, and obviously that was seen as a negative thing. Now it's pretty much the norm. Everyone is trying to sound like honestly the same three people. Things have their peaks and their valleys, and sometimes it takes these valleys for people to go back to the drawing board and really innovate. But you also can't deny that this beef definitely made hip-hop a major conversation, and not just lovers of the culture, but just regular casuals around the world. You had people that probably have never talked about hip-hop asking about your opinion on all this stuff. And a ton of references came out from this beef that people use in their everyday vernacular now. But it's obviously going to take more than just two people. But let's not also forget about the fact that a lot of these other genres have taken and pulled a lot from hip-hop as well. A lot of these country records now have 808s and literally verses that sound more like rap verses than country verses. That also has to come into account.
get back to like to where like people
Innovation.
respect it.
Why do you think they went away from that in the first place?
Because like it was just a big wave of like nothingness running the game. Like super simple videos, not really high price videos. Like that wave like came in really strong. So even the people that was doing high price videos, they started doing like regular videos because that's what was popping.
Yeah.
But I think now,
How many videos did we see in front of a trap house or in front of a gas station with like a Hellcat and they just called it a day?
we did it so long to the point where we like comfortable with that and we don't want to do
Stagnant.
stuff like this no more that take time. Now we just like, man, let's just go ahead and shoot the video. Let's you know,
Yeah.
instead of like a fucking day set, 2 day set, you know,
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah, man. Young Thug looking like a Mortal Kombat character. Obviously, him wearing this is trying to do just that, trying to bring a little more pizzazz to the genre. But I think Akademiks is definitely reaching again. That wasn't really Young Thug defending Drake. If that's the case, we've had plenty of people defending Drake. There's a bunch of people out there that was like, yo, I'm still a fan of Drake. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're not a fan of Kendrick Lamar, but obviously they are playing it very politically and very safe because you also don't want to make an enemy of someone like Kendrick Lamar and potentially stop a feature from coming in the future. Like I said earlier, Young Thug has even defended Kendrick. And like I said, it did not take $1 million for him to say any of that stuff. But Akademiks is obviously going to try to spin any narrative he can to try to manufacture some good PR for Drake. But this one has definitely got to be one of the most delusional takes from Akademiks. And honestly, it seems like he's getting tired of the act because it seems like he's getting less and less passionate about it as each week goes on. But it's really hard to defend somebody when they keep doing things that are indefensible. But definitely let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that Young Thug was actually defending Drake, or was he just playing it safe? Because like I said, he also is a fan of Kendrick Lamar. But we know the levels of petty that Drake is, and if he were to say that too, obviously he would not have taken it very well. But definitely let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about his getup during his interview? He almost looks like one of Mr. Freeze's henchmen from Batman and Robin. But definitely let me know what you guys think. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys. It does the channel wonders. I really want to thank you guys so much for continuing to make this channel a part of your day. It honestly does mean the world to me. And all the love and support that you guys continue to show this channel on a daily is overwhelming and the biggest reason why I'm making these videos. So I really want to let you guys know how grateful I am for all of it. And guys, quick update. Tomorrow I will be launching the Discord and the YouTube memberships. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Definitely hit the notification bell just to make sure you get the community posts and you get notified when I do make them active. I'm definitely really geeked about that because I've been getting so much support to finally launch it. I'm really, really excited. So again, guys, thank you. Hope you guys love this video, and I hope to see you guys soon. Young Thug is looking like the monster from like a Japanese horror film. It's actually quite terrifying when it's just paused.